We're going to demonstrate how to unassemble, change a cam, and then assemble back a two-stroke throttle housing. This particular application, we have the billet grip protector on there, so first thing we need to do is disassemble this. This is where we use a 5mm Allen and take out the countersink bolt. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to push back the rubber boot that protects the cable. We're going to take out the two Phillip head screws here that hold the protective cap out. We are then going to remove the cap. Once the cap is removed, you will see that we have a pulley that the cable pulls around. When removing this, there's a little brass bushing in there. You just need to take a little care that that doesn't fall into the dirt. We'll remove that. The next thing that we're going to do is on the bottom of the throttle housing are two 8mm head screws. So what we will do is we're going to remove them. We're going to remove the second one now. You might need to twist the housing just a little bit so it's easier for you to get at the second bolt. Once we remove the two bolts, the bottom cap, we will take that off. The next thing we need to do is we're wanting to take the cable out of the cam. The easiest way to do this is to pick the housing up and just pull the housing against the cable, and what that will do is give you a little added length of cable. You slide the cable out of the eyelet and let it fall back in. At that point, we can slide the existing throttle tube off. Reassemble, we have did the proper changes that we needed. What we will do is first we're going to make sure that the bar has no grit or things on there. We will slide the existing throttle tube back onto the handlebar. We will at that time pick up the housing, and the cable is fed through the housing. It makes the application lots easier. Just pull the cable and hold it to where you have a little extra cable to work with. You will then put the cable into the eyelet of the cam, let it rotate back, and just let the housing then fall back down onto the throttle. We'll, at that point in time, we need to take the bottom cap back. It goes back in the same manner that you took it off. It fits on. We will then reinsert the two 8mm head bolts. We'll screw them as much as we can by hand. It makes the application a little bit easier. We will then slide the throttle in. We will make sure that proper clearance on the end of the bar, we have achieved what we need there. We will run one bolt, just snug it a little bit. We'll come around to the second one. We'll make sure that our throttle housing is in the desired location. And at that point, we will snug the one bolt up a little bit, come back to the front one and snug it up a little bit. And we'll just alternate that a little bit to make sure that we have proper tension on both bolts to make sure that it's tight enough that it doesn't twist on its own. At that time, we will take the plastic pulley, making sure that the little bushing, if you're unsure of the bushing falling out on you, it's possible that you just take that out at first, take the pulley, slide it in to its desired location, then take the little bushing, put it back inside of the pulley. At that time, then you will take the cap for the housing and set it back on, the big one. And then it's best to put the big bolt, which is the guide for the pulley, and we will set that in there and start it. We will take the the little bolt which goes into the bottom. The longer one goes up here because it helps guide the pulley. We'll use our Phillips head screwdriver and snug down the bolts. There's no need to over tighten them. The plastic helps keep tension on them. We will then at that time take our rubber grommet, push it back up to protect the jam nut. We will then make sure that we have proper throttle action, and this is the time if you don't hear the throttle when you relieve it clicking shut, you at that time should assess to see what the problem is. Then we will take our billet aluminum end cap and put it back on. The purpose of the billet aluminum end cap is a lot of times we run this machine with a competition handguard system, but the last use was for motocross, so we took the competition handguard system off and we are running our billet aluminum end caps with our nylon threaded inserts inside of the handlebar. So at that time we will snug everything back up. The advantages of our billet aluminum end caps are that it gives you options, and also in the event that you would crash, you don't have to worry about your grip being jacked wide open when it hits the dirt, because the billet aluminum end cap does not rotate.